It's really good. I've cried multiple times. But now on to the next book. We kind of don't know who's like telling the truth. I feel like he's a bit dodgy. I just finished. I don't know what to rate it. I really like it. Giggling, kick my feet. I'm obsessed. I had to like force myself to stop reading last night. Hey guys, welcome to or back to my channel and welcome to another book video. Today I'm going to be reading some of the most read books in 2024. I saw Ali do this, so full credit to her. I watched her video a couple of days ago and I was like, such a good idea. I want to do this because there's quite a few books on this list that I haven't read. So I thought, you know what? So I'll link her video and tag her channel or whatever in the description so you can check it out, because full credit to her, like this is her video idea. And I'll also link down below the link to the Goodreads page because it took a bit of searching. I don't know why I struggled to find it, of the 141. I think it's 144 most read books in 2024. So I mainly read romance, mystery and thrillers at the moment. So many times I said get into fantasy. So I kind of went down the list and I looked at a few books that I have that either on my Kindle or on my physical TBR, or just books that I really want to read. And so I picked out 9 books and then I sent a poll on Goodreads. And if you want to follow my Goodreads, it's in the description. And the poll was sent to some people. I wish there was a button that just said send to all my friends, but it doesn't. You have to select. And then I was reaching the invitation limit and it was just such a stressy mess and I don't really know who I sent it to. So I'm just gonna see whichever poll's the most answered at the moment and do that one. I just thought I'd go through the categories quickly and tell you which ones I've read, which ones I've not read. So in the fiction section, I've read 2 of the books. I've read Normal People and Carrie Soto's Back. Both of those I didn't read this year, well, in 2024. So, but I haven't read any of the others. And from this list, I picked Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow. We have this, my mum has read it, so that's why I picked that one. I've never bought it, but she has it, so she said that I could use it. Then in historical fiction, I've read Seven Husbands, Daisy Jones and the Six, Where the Crawdads Sing. Again, none of those this year. And then Lessons in Chemistry. I can't remember if I put this on the list because my mum did own it, but she thinks she left it on holiday because she always does that when she finishes reading a book. Can't remember if I put it on the list. I'll let you know. I do want to read it because it's meant to be good. Then for mystery and thriller, I've read The Housemaid, The Housemaid's Secret. Oh, they're the only ones. And so I believe that the 3 that I put on the list, I will clarify, is none of this is true. The Silent Patient and First Light Witness. Again, The Silent Patient, I'm sure we have it in the house, but I don't know where it is. So I'm going to have to ask my mum. So I'm not going to read, well, I'll see like how that one's competing. Then in fantasy, I've not read any of them, but we have, how do you say, The Cirque? I have no idea, by Madeline Miller. We own this. I don't know who read it, but I saw it in the house. And so I did add this onto the list, but I've read none of the fancy ones or romancy ones, but I'm leaving them for reading vlogs because it's like Fourth Wing, Akatar, which I'm doing reading vlogs for all of them. And then for romance, I've read Icebreaker, Things We Never Got Over, and Book Lovers. Wow, I feel like I don't read many popular books. And so there's most of these, apart from like It Ends With Us, I want to read. So yeah, I can't remember which one's on my list. And then in YA, I've read A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, Heartstopper. So again, like Powerless is on that list, but I'm going to do a reading vlog of that whole series, so I didn't include that in the poll. Yeah, If He'd Been With Me is on that. I can't remember if I used that. Checkmate. So let's go to my poll and I'll see which one's been answered the most and I'll do that for my first read. And I've been watching them and honestly the first 2 keep like swapping for all of them, especially for the romance one. So I don't even know what book I'm going to be reading. Okay, yeah, the most answered one is the romance one. So this is Happy Place, A 7-Year Slip and Twisted Love. I think they're all good selections. I have all of them either on my bookshelf or on my Kindle. Then for the second one, I think this was the mystery one, mystery thriller. The Silent Patient, none of this is true, First Light Wins. And then for the other one, the miscellaneous category, I did Cirque, however you say that, Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow, and Checkmate. Oh, I didn't include If You'd Been With Me. So the most voted one so far is the first one, the romancy one. It's got 101 votes. The others have around 65. So I thought I would do this one. Let's turn it. Show results. Okay, so the chosen one is The 7-Year Slip by 1 vote, which is crazy. Where has it gone? Why have I lost it? So yeah, 38 votes to The 7-Year Slip and 37 to Happy Place. So I guess The 7-Year Slip is the chosen one, but it's kind of better because I have The 7-Year Slip on my Kindle and I'm going on the train tomorrow. So carrying my Kindle is going to be a bit easier than carrying the book. So let me try and find The 7-Year Slip. Here is the book, The 7-Year Slip. So this is my current read. I will let you know how I feel, kind of like my other reading vlogs. I will speak to you, give you a running update, and then at the end of the book I'll tell you when I'm going to talk about spoilers. In case you haven't read it, you can skip it. Yeah, and then once I've read this one, I'll come back to the poll and I'll see how the others are performing. I might check a bit earlier. I'm just going to quickly check, just because if we don't own The Silent Patient, I need to buy it and I need to see if it's cheaper on my Kindle. Oh, The Silent Patient's winning by miles. Okay, I need to figure out if I need to buy the paperback Kindle or if we already own it. Okay, that is it. Oh, I will see you when I've started reading. I don't know when I'll update you, tonight, tomorrow, I don't know, we'll see. Hey guys, oh my god, my hair, let me just redo it. Okay, so I started filming this video on Friday and it's now Tuesday and I'm not very far through the book. On Friday night, Saturday night and Sunday night, I read one chapter each night. I was so tired because Friday night I was going to London the next day, wake up at 5:30, so I didn't want to read much, but I thought I'll just start the book. So I read the first chapter, or maybe the first 2 chapters. I think I read the prologue and then the first chapter, I can't remember. And then Saturday and Sunday night I read just one chapter, and then last night I actually read for about an hour, which like isn't that much, honestly. I normally read for more. I'm on chapter 11, 97 pages in, 30% through, and I'm quite liking it. We've got to the point where, like, this isn't a spoiler, where she's done like the 7 years slip, like she's gone back 7 years, which happened pretty early on, but I am quite liking it. I don't know, I feel like I need to have some solid time to read it, so I'm going to read for probably like an hour and a half right now, so hopefully I can get more into it, maybe get halfway, I don't know. But I just thought I would update you because obviously I haven't updated you. It feels like I've not spoken to you so long, even though if I was filming a normal vlog and I read like 90 pages in a day, I probably wouldn't update you till 90, but I just, because it's been spread out, but I've got more time now. Hey guys, I read for like just over an hour, I think, and I'm on page 202, so 60% through. It's really good. I don't know what it's rating now. It's probably over 4 stars. I don't know if it would be 5 stars, but it's definitely like 4.5. I need to go now. I can't keep reading, but honestly we'll probably finish the book today. I need to go swimming now, but I'm sure tonight, because I mean I read that so fast. It was literally like an hour, because I'm sure I started reading about 20 past 10 and it's 25 past 11 now, and I read like 100 pages, so I'm sure I will finish it. Give me an hour and a half and it'll be done. But yeah, I can't read right now, but trust I will. Okay, it's the next day. I finished A Novel Love Story. No, I didn't. I finished The 7 Year Slip. I constantly get those names confused. Never read A Novel Love Story. It's just because I always hear about Ashley Poston. So yeah, I finished The 7 Year Slip. 5 stars. It was so good. I don't think I'd cried by the time I last spoke to you. Cried multiple times. It was just so good. I really like it. I think it was quite different from, not even like that different, but it was slightly different from books that I usually read, which is always nice because still like it's a romance book, but you've got a slightly different storyline, so it's not predictable. Like I actually didn't really know what was going to happen. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. I really did. I'm gonna put a timestamp on the screen of when to skip to if you don't want spoilers. I've not got too much to spoil, but just in case you don't want anything. Okay, I hope you're gone. I'd heard people say that like when they were talking about the book that it's just not the right time, so I was fully expecting them to never be able to get together, which I know like it's a romance book, most of the time they end up together, but like I was fully going into it thinking like, oh, they're not gonna end up together, you know, like they might just become friends or whatever, because people constantly were saying, oh, you know, like before I even read it I was hearing like, you know, it's just not the right time, like sometimes romances just don't work, which to me I was like, well, that's kind of doesn't feel like an accurate description of the book, because it did end up working like in both timelines. When it was 7 years ago, obviously they were like cute together, obviously I know it was like honeymoon phase, but then when they were back together afterwards, like I don't know, it just, I feel like that was a wrong depiction. Maybe it's just because when you think about the plot of the book that's what you'd say, and maybe they weren't trying to spoil it, which it kind of helped. Also the how she died, heartbreaking. Oh my god, that's when I cried. I think actually I reacted to that when I was reading about when we first found out about it, but it was when she was telling, was she called Vera, the person at the end I'd met in the apartment. That's when I think that's the first time that I cried in the book. But I really didn't want to speak to you last night. I was a bit fragile, so I was like, let's just leave it till tomorrow. But yeah, so sad. I love them. I was expecting more of a reaction, you know, when they were at the taco cart, and obviously the friends, I literally can't remember what his friends were called, they didn't know that Clementine was called Clementine, they just knew her as Lemon. And then when they mentioned Clementine, and then when Clementine's friends were at the taco cart, they said Clementine, and I was expecting at that point Iwan, how do you say his name? James, let's just say James. I was expecting his friends to be like, oh, Clementine, but that didn't happen. Not that that's like a bad thing, I was just for some reason expecting that to be like a little plot. Oh my god, and the fact that Vera is his mum, that was crazy. I don't know whether like I should have expected that, but I just never did. So yeah, but also the fact that, I don't know, you'd have thought, actually no, never mind, ignore me. I was gonna say you'd have thought that Vera would have told James about the fact that her aunt died, but I don't think you would have, because obviously she didn't know. That's crazy that she didn't know, because you'd have, I don't know, you'd have just thought she'd have found out. Anyway, so now on to the next book. So that was such a good start, my first 5-star read of 2025. So now I'll probably just do poll number 2, which I think is The Silent Patient that won. It was so far ahead. So polls I've created, let's have a look. Poll number 2 has had 108 votes. Poll number 3's had 112 votes, but I believe for poll number 2, The Silent Patient's so far ahead. Yeah, The Silent Patient has got 76 votes. None of this is true. The next one has 22. So The Silent Patient it is. I believe, I don't think we have a copy anymore. Maybe we do. I'll just get it on my Kindle. It was kind of expensive. I stopped rooting for it because I want to, $5.49. That's actually not that bad for Kindle. Just gets to the point where it's like $5.49. That's the price some paperbacks are, but the paperback's $8.45. So I'm gonna buy the Kindle right now. How long is it? 340 pages. And then that is the next read. I will keep you updated. I don't know when I'm gonna read today. Okay, but that is the read. There's no point you waiting till I've downloaded it on my Kindle, so I'll keep you updated. I'm excited to read it. I've heard so much about it, so. But I've heard a lot about like how good it is, but I don't know what the plot is. So I like doing that. I like not knowing too much. Hello, good morning, or afternoon. Evening, afternoon. It's like 4 o'clock. I didn't update you yesterday, but I read, how much did I read? Like 120, 130 pages? 127 pages. I'm up to, well, I was gonna say I'm up to chapter 13. I'm up to chapter 13 in part 2. I really like it. I feel like, I don't know, I read like psychological thrillers and general mysteries so much quicker than I read like a romance book, or at least, yeah, I actually think I do, because it's just like you're on the edge of your seat and want, like, there's something that you really want to find out. Like, not that when I'm reading a romance I don't want to know what happens, but it's more predictable. Like, I actually have no idea what's going to happen because I'm kind of not that far into it. I don't really know about the characters. So yeah, but I'm really excited. I don't know when I'm gonna read today because we're going to the cinema, so I might read before then if I have time. I have a few work bits to do, a bit of editing, but maybe after that I'll read. I don't know. But yeah, I just thought I'd update you. I'm enjoying it. I don't know what the rating will be yet because what percentage am I for? Like 30%, 35% maybe, 38%. So I feel like I need to give it to at least 50% to start forming an opinion. But yeah, I like it so far. I'm glad that it was so recommended and that everyone says to read it. I can understand why, because like at least at the moment there's nothing too crazy, nothing like that's hard to understand. Another reading update. I only read for like an hour yesterday and it was so late. I started reading, well, not so late, at like 11, and so I didn't really want to speak to you, but I'm 200 pages exactly in. This hair is not doing it. I'm really liking it. I feel like it's at least a 4-star, if not 4.5. And I feel like the way that I normally, for a thriller or mystery, it becomes a 5-star if the plot twist is incredible, if like kind of, you know, what ends up happening at the end. I'm shocked. I'm loving it. I'm like, oh my god, edge of my seat. So I don't normally, like, when I'm reading a thriller, be like, oh my god, this is 5 stars like from the first bit. It's normally like when there's plot twists. But I'm enjoying how we're getting the letters of Alicia, I don't really know how we're meant to pronounce her name, but Alicia, let's say, we're getting her point of view of the letters from before the you know, before she went into the hospital, and then we're also getting the point of view of the main character, and I'm completely forgetting his name, Mr. whatever he's called. We're also getting the perspective of him, and so I like it. It's giving like Verity by Colleen Hoover, and also was The Wife Upstairs by Frida McFadden like that. I'm only saying that because those two books are so similar. I don't know which one came out first, if maybe one's inspired copying the other, maybe they're not, they're just quite similar kind of concepts. So yeah, I like it when there's books of kind of like the main character in their present day perspective, and they're trying to work out about this other person, and you get like their past perspective. I really enjoy it when it's like that. And I also like, because we kind of don't know who's like telling the truth, because we're obviously getting Alicia's perspective in the past, and then what's the main guy called? I'm actually just gonna have to go on Goodreads and find out, because this is gonna really annoy me if I don't know, but I'm so bad with names. Theo. Okay, so with Theo, we're also getting his like present day perspective, and he's speaking to people in Alicia's past, so like her cousin, the art dealer, her aunt briefly, her brother-in-law, yeah, and they're kind of saying different things to what we're witnessing in Alicia's present. So it's like, who's telling the truth? And I feel like that's the point. And I honestly am having doubts about Theo. I feel like he's a bit dodgy. Maybe that's wrong, but he feels a bit, I don't know, maybe he like is involved in some way. I actually don't know. This isn't spoilery. I just have lots of questions, but I'm really enjoying it. So yeah, thrillers just like, they get me excited. They really do. Yeah, I will, hopefully I'm gonna read more today in the daytime, so I'll let you know, and then yeah. Okay, I just finished. So many thoughts, but also not at all. I don't know what to rate it, I really don't. Spoilers right now. I just need to stream of words. Okay, so like skip to here. Theo, I think I'd said to you about the fact that I think Theo was a bit dodgy. I honestly am having doubts about Theo. I feel like he's a bit dodgy. Obviously he was very dodgy. He was the one that killed. Actually no, he didn't even kill. He like kind of, I don't even know. What kind of confused me was the timeline with Alicia, because it didn't really make sense. Because I don't know, that timeline confused me. Maybe it's because like it was pretty vague, so I just was assuming it was in the present. I don't know. Yeah, like I literally don't know how to feel. I really don't know how to feel. Yeah, it just such like a crazy book. But like, spoilers are over now. I might have more to say to you in the morning, but so crazy. Like I have no words. I don't know what to rate it. I'm just in shock. I'm really in shock. So I'll speak to you in the morning. Okay. Oh my god. I mean, I always speak to you when I look in an absolute state, but it's the next day. I literally forgot to update you today, partly because I was working, so there was never like an opportunity where I had makeup on and my hair done, because I've looked in a state all day. Not that I need to have makeup on to film, but usually like if I can, I do. So there's Silent Patient. I know I did speak to you last night. I didn't know what I was rating it. I thought about it. I gave it 4.5. 5 just didn't feel right. As Emmy would say, 5 stars is a feeling. Didn't get the feeling. But anything below 4.5 felt mean, because it was a really good book and I really enjoyed it. It was, I think, well crafted. I like a thriller. There's lots of twists and turns, lots of different perspectives. You're questioning everybody. I like that. And it was like everything I like in a thriller. It just, something about it, I don't know, it just wasn't a 5 stars basically, but like a 4.5 is so good. It's not like it was a bad book whatsoever. Like, it was so good. It's one of the best books I've read this year. Yeah, I think I've not read many thrillers this year. Have I even read a Frida book this year? I don't even know. I don't think I have. But anyway, we're now on Checkmate. I read like 2 chapters yesterday, because sometimes when I finish a thriller and I've had the plot twist, I need to start a romance book that night just before I go to sleep. Just clears the mind slightly. So Checkmate, I checkmate, it was winning by like 6 votes, so that was the winner. Above, I think Tomorrow and Tomorrow was the second place, but Checkmate was winning and has been for a while. So I started that by Ali Hazelwood. I'm enjoying it, but I've also read 2 or 3 chapters, so I don't have too much to say about it, but I am enjoying what I've read of it, so I will update you. I'm enjoying what I've seen, but I've not seen too much. Why does the lighting look blue? What's going on? I think it's okay now. yeah, why was it rude for a second? I'm loving Checkmate, guys. I'm obsessed. I had to like force myself to stop reading last night. I think I'm on page 202. I literally had to be like, Amelia, you need to go to sleep. It was like 12:30 and I was like, okay, you do need to stop now. I love it so much. I really do. I'm obsessed with it. Oh my god, I can't wait to finish it. I'll finish it today. Like, I'm literally loving it so much. I mean, I don't know what I'd rate it. Like, I don't know if it's a 5 stars, but loving it. It's probably like 4.5, if not 5, but I love it. This video has been so successful. Oh my god, because I had a 5 star, then a 4.5. This is gonna be 4.5 or 5. I love it. This isn't gonna be a spoiler, but she, in the book, if you know nothing about it, Mallory used to be a chess player and now she started again, but she stopped and we don't really know the reason why she stopped, and it's been mentioned so often. I'm like, okay, just tell us now, because like that's not even why I'm reading it. I'm reading it because I'm obsessed with it, but like that's the only thing that's annoying me. I'm like, just tell me. But I know it's to keep you reading, keep you excited, but yeah, that's not even the thing keeping me excited. I just wanted to update you and let you know that I love it so much. So hey everyone, it's the same day. I was gonna say it's the next day, but it is indeed the same day because I actually spoke to you this morning. That is so crazy. I have mini mics now, as you can tell. Oh my god, did I just lick the mic? I hope I didn't. Let me know what you think. If you, oh my god, if you like it, I like it. I started filming some book talk content with it. That was partly why I got it, and also I don't need to go into it. This is a book vlog. It's not a Amelia yap about her life vlog. But let me know if you like the mini mic, because when I'm doing like a book recommendation video, I could always pull these out to get better quality. I don't know. I really don't know. But I actually kind of like them. I also have a clip, so I could always clip it onto myself like that. I think that's the intention, that you're not just going to stand here and hold them. But I feel like I look like an interviewer. Anyway, I'm going to read Love on the Brain now. I'm not going to read Love on the Brain. I'm going to read Checkmate. I actually think I called it Love in the Brain before now that I'm thinking about it in the TikTok. It's actually Checkmate. And you know that because you've been watching the video, obviously, and yeah, I'm excited. I've been thinking about it all day, but I've wanted the perfect time to sit down, and then that's then put me off because I didn't want to read for like 10 minutes at a time because I knew I wouldn't be able to put it down. So now's the only time to read it. Yes, I'm gonna read it now. Very excited. Goodbye. I'll update you, probably, and I'll finish it tonight. I know I will. Hey, I've got 100 pages left. What am I on now? I think it's about 100. I'm on 248, and yeah, it's about 350. I really like it. Giggling, kick my feet. We have kind of got the backstory, but not really. So I need a bit more backstory, please. I hope that we will get more backstory, you know, because we've had a little bit, but sometimes they just leave it like that. I don't know. I finished it. Oh my god, my hair every single morning, it just looks like I've been dragged through a bush because I tie it up, but I feel like it would also look awful if I took it down. So this is what we're working with. But Checkmate, I finished it. It was so good. I think a 4.5, but also could be a 5. Like, I need to sit with it. I don't know though. It was just so good. I am obsessed with it. Yeah, I really like it. Definitely my favorite Ali Hazelwood book. So that is good. I will do a full debrief of the whole video in the next clip. I will, once I've got ready for the day, and we will end the video there. But yeah, I really like it. I gave it 4.5 for now. Could be 5 stars, but like on Goodreads I marked it as a 5 stars but then wrote 4.5 because it isn't a 4 star. So yeah. Hey guys, editing Amelia here. I just wanted to say before you see the next clips, I was very ill in these clips. I had very bad period pains to the point where I felt like I could vomit. I was so pale. I felt awful and I didn't quite realise how awful I looked. So please excuse that in the clips. Just ignore that, pretend that isn't the case. I'm so sorry, but I need to keep the clips in because I feel like I said valuable stuff ish valuable stuff. So bear with me, I am very sorry, but there you go, enjoy. Okay, so we've reached the end of the video. The mini mic has been pulled back out because I just feel more iconic with it. So let's talk about our thoughts. Let's start with the 7-year slip, Cast Our Minds Back. It was a 5-star read, my first 5-star read of the year. I really loved it. I feel like it's not something that I usually read, and I just loved it. Like, kind of right person, wrong time. Although, yeah, just right person, wrong time just does it for me. Kind of right person, wrong time actually can rip your heart out, but I feel like when it's done well, which this was, it's absolutely perfect and I eat up. So I loved it so much. It's kind of, because it's magical realism, a bit different book than I usually read because, you know, there's time jumps. It's not complete like reality, which I quite like because, you know, escapism. And I know there's a whole debate about escapism in reading, but I feel like it's never a bad thing, as long as you're not doing it harmfully, whatever. Then The Silent Patient, that was a 4.5 star. I've read better psychological thrillers and thrillers in general, but I thought it was so good. Obviously 4.5 stars is such a good rating. I really did enjoy it, and I didn't really see the plot twist coming, so that was really good. And then Checkmate, I think it's a 5 stars. I have obviously been toying with it 4.5 or 5 stars, because to me, obviously it's hard for me because I rate like mystery and thrillers very differently to how I rate a romance book, and so knowing that Checkmate and The Silent Patient are the same ranking feels wrong, because I had a more enjoyable reading experience with Checkmate because, you know, it was just like so cute, giggling, kicking my feet the whole time. So that's why I feel like it is a 5 stars. Yeah, I don't know. My rating scale isn't perfect. It's just whatever feels right. So it might be that a book that's, I don't know, like a book that's got a slightly lower rating, I actually at the time enjoyed more. I don't know. I do whatever feels right, but I think 5 stars feels right. So we've had literally the most successful video ever, which is crazy. And I'm just so glad that I got to take you along for reading these popular books. And I think this is a sign that I need to read books that are popular, because they are popular for a reason most of the time. So why wouldn't I read them, give them a try, instead of reading odd ones? But also it's like I might discover a book that's not popular that's my favourite book ever. So it's kind of like a double-edged sword, because I could read a popular book knowing that I'm going to like it, or I could try a new book and then maybe love it and it'd be my favourite book. I don't know. But yeah, I think that's it. I also didn't do a spoiler section for Checkmate. I don't have anything really to say that would include a spoiler, so I'm just going to not. There's kind of no point adding it. But that's it. Thank you so much for watching. I love you so much. Let me know what you think about the microphones and whether you enjoy them for the reading content, because I so could use them. Just let me know whether the audio's better, whether you just like it more. Let me know. And comment any other book videos you want to see in the future, either recommendations or reading vlogs, or whatever makes you happy. And yeah, I love you. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Turn on post notifications so you don't miss when I upload. I upload Mondays, Thursdays and Saturdays. Not every Monday, Thursday and Saturday, but if I'm going to upload, it'll be one of those days. I'll try and upload all 3. If I don't upload all 3, then it will be 2 of the 3. So stay tuned on those days. Yeah, that's it. I love you. Goodbye.